Not sure it's going to be light enough, but maybe it will. Oh. Right on time. I'm nothing if not prompt. We ready to do a couple stretches? Hold on, I'm going to go back inside. You're going to come with. I'm going to find a cover for my coffee so it stays nice and hot while I do a few stretches. Hope that's okay. Gotta keep my hot coffee warm. It would be hard to be in the moment during a few stretches. Knowing my coffee is seeping all that hot goodness out to the world. Not that the world doesn't deserve it, but so do I. Let's just do a couple stretches. Let's see how it goes. Again, I don't think this is a favorite part of my viewers' experience, but I think you got to do what you want to do when you're a content creator. Hello, Spartacus. I always drink it black at home. Thank you for saying that, Spartacus. It looks like it's going to be a beautiful morning. And as I was saying, and I hate to call it art, but you're creating something, and it's a content creator, obviously. That's the why the word creator is in it. So when you're creating something, I think by definition, you're probably an artist. Although I think that sounds a little elitist because I don't feel like an artist. I'm just some guy that likes to talk to his phone. However, the point's still the same. Good morning, Aaron. That I think you got to create for yourself first and not worry so much about the viewer or the audience or what have you, because you got to do it for yourself. Because if you don't do it for yourself, and I'm doing it to impress somebody in phone world, I'm not going to keep it at it. But if you find something that works for you, that you enjoy, keep doing it and keep producing it and keep creating it and be you. Because who else are you going to be? For years I was trying to be like my brothers or my dad. That didn't work because I'm not my brothers or my dad. They're their own people, and so am I. And only over the last 5 years have I learned that it's okay to be me. And I promise it's okay to be you as well. So I'm going to do a few stretching because that's what me does to start my day. Like to bring it in. Feels more spiritual that way. More of a connection to the universe, if you will, and a show of gratitude as well. Great start. Loosen up your shoulders. 55 years old, don't want to hurt myself. A couple of these. Loosen up your side bodies. Little gaps between your ribs. Couple toe touches. Doesn't matter if you touch the toes. It's kind of funny. I've been working out a lot for the last 9 months. And I do a show called Thoughts from the Gym. And occasionally I'll mention what I'm lifting or the exercise I'm doing. And maybe the exercise matters a little bit. But the weight I'm lifting doesn't matter at all. Because I'm me and you're you. And we all have different strength points. And whether I lift 10 pounds or 1,000 pounds shouldn't impact how you go about your day and how you go about your workout, or make you scared to try it because you're not as strong, or make you laugh at me because you're twice as strong. Again, I think it's important to do you. I'm going to go back a little bit so I can stay in the camera and see. Yeah. One of these. Might avoid the going to the ground today since I'm doing it outside. But I think it's important to do what you can. And a little bit of stretching, a little bit of cleaning, a little bit of positive affirmations, a little bit of goodness is always better than no goodness. So whatever's good to you. For me, it's stretching in the morning a little bit and getting my body going. And I would recommend that's a nice place to start because it's taking just 5 minutes from your regular routine. I mean, make it part of your regular routine, but 5 minutes for you. 5 minutes for you. Somebody said, are you religious? Wow, you guys are hitting powerful questions. I haven't done my intro yet. And what do I regret the most? Am I religious? I was at church yesterday. I'm not trying to be evasive, but I don't know if I'm religious. They talk about Jesus and God and love and gratitude and giving thanks at church, and all those things make me feel good. But I don't know if that makes me religious. Something about the term religious feels like a turnoff to me a little bit. Like some organized thing that man created to keep you in line. And that's just my perception. But I definitely say spiritual, and I'm on a spiritual journey, and I'm just discovering it over the last 5 years. Never was raised in a religious family or a particularly spiritual family. But as my struggles got more than I could handle or worry about or deal with, I happened to start going to church and listening to what they were saying. And they talk about giving your worries or your fears or your struggles over to God. And I'll tell you what, I spent my life worried, afraid, and fearful. So just the concept of giving those yuckinesses to higher power seemed really attractive. And I started doing it, and I started believing things happen for a reason and giving my fears or worries. Yet I still got them. Don't think I'm perfect or I've got it all figured out, because I don't. I still have worries, fears, and whatever the third thing was, anxieties or whatever. But I don't hold on to them quite as long, and I learned to give them up to God, and helps me keep moving forward. Because if you don't, those worries can be like 100-pound bags of rock holding you down and keeping you in bed and keeping you on the couch and keeping you with a beer in your hand or drugs in your body. And when you give those fears and anxieties away, I think you have an opportunity to live your best life. And at this age, being 55 years old, I know time's passing, sleeting, short. Tomorrow's not promised. I want to do what I can to live my best life with the years, God willing, I have in front of me. But good morning, good morning to you. My name is Ken Tracy, and this is Coffee with Ken. It's Monday morning. Birds are chirping. Had one laughing at me at 4:55 in the morning. It's why I don't know, maybe I got up because I was supposed to get up. But a little bit when you're laying in bed and you got a bird chirping outside your window, you're going, wish that bird wasn't chirping. But then I realized what I was doing, and I thank God for the bird. Does Yellow Box only do service on Sunday? I believe so. I haven't really looked into it. It'd probably be good to go to church more days a week because it is a great place to be. A bunch of people working on themselves and being in gratitude and thanking a higher power and all that stuff's good. But I'm happy with Sundays right now. But anyway, good question. I got a little something in my chest. I've been coughing a little this morning as I went through my morning. I'm doing my morning introduction. Let me get back to it. Good morning, good morning, good morning to you. My name's Ken Tracy, and this is Coffee with Ken. It is Monday morning. It is 12th, May 13th. I'm terrified. On Saturday, I'm riding my scooter across the country. Don't know if I'm going to make it. Don't know if I'm good enough of a rider. Don't know if I'm going to run out of gas. There's going to be problems. I'm going to crash. I'm going to run over by a semi-truck. I'm going to get eaten by a mountain lion. All those fears are in my head, but I give them to God. And it makes me move forward with a little more optimism. Hello from Wilston, Bradford, United Kingdom. But anyway, I was doing my introduction. It's May... What did I say? May 13th. It is 5:41 a.m. Happy Monday. It's a little show I've been doing for quite some time. It's a show about me talking, show about me sharing some feelings, and sharing a little bit about life. Boy, these questions are so hard hitting. I'm never going to get to my coffee. Can I ride the scooter on the major highways? Legally, yes. Skill-wise, I don't think so. I would be afraid to be riding 70 miles an hour nonstop on it. I think it's capable. I think it's a Suzuki. I know it's a Suzuki Bergman 400. I think as that, it can probably take me going 90 miles an hour. But I wouldn't be comfortable at that speed, and don't want to do that. So I'm planning on taking the smaller roads and taking my time and going out over 4.5 days. So anyway, back to the intro. It's a show about me talking, sharing some feelings, sharing a little bit of adventures, and sharing a little bit about the ups and downs we have in life. But for those that have been watching a while, you know it's not just a show. It's such a hard time not engaging. What's the trip for? It's a journey. I mean, it's for a job, but it's more than that. It's to deal with a broken heart. It's to get my feet under me after a second painful divorce. It's to provide for my kids, to see the country, to go on an adventure, to get mentally healthy. It's something I need to do for a whole bunch of reasons. And, yeah, that's why I'm going. Yeah. But anyway, let's not forget the coffee. No, I haven't seen The Longest Mile. I love you guys, and I love all the interaction, and thank you, RJ. But if I don't get to this coffee soon, it's going to get cold, and we don't want that. So... where am I? I don't know. I got a nice hot cup of coffee in front of me. I'm excited to have my first sip. Hey there. My hope is that wherever you are, whatever you're doing, you got a hot cup of coffee. And don't worry about me. It's still hot. I can feel it through my fingers or feel it in my hands. My hope is that wherever you are, whatever you're doing, you got a hot cup of coffee in front of you as well. Cheers to us. It's a French vanilla. It's nice. I must say, when I grabbed it out of the tub, I'm staying at a buddy's till Saturday when I'm heading off to watch my daughter, Erin, her graduation in DeKalb, Illinois. She's graduating from high school. She's a beautiful young lady. I believe she's headed off to Iowa State next year for college. And I was offered a job out west. And my original start date was supposed to be May 14th. Honestly, I don't think I could have been ready to head out or to be at the job on May 14th. I'm not even sure I'm ready to go right now, but perhaps I'm over ready, and perhaps I have too much time. And yesterday, some of that time started weighing on me. And it was Mother's Day, and I'm twice divorced, and my beautiful children were all spending time with their moms like they should. And I went to the gym, but it felt a little different. And I went to church, and it felt a little different because I think habits make the man or the woman or the person or the human. And I realized my habits were going to need to change. Maybe not my habits, but my routines were going to change. And I told the woman at the counter that I was canceling my membership at Planet Fitness because I'm going to be leaving at the end of the week, and realized I might only go there 2 or 3 more times, or 2 more times, or maybe none, who knows. And I told Gary, who holds the door for me with a smile every Sunday morning. Gary's got 2 R's in it, by the way. And that I was leaving. And he looked really genuinely excited and said, "That's God's country." And I told him where I'm going. I'm not telling you where I'm going. I guess I'm going to God's country. And he seemed excited. I was a little sad, but I didn't feel any sadness in him. And that's what's so cool. That's what's so cool about going to church. And that's what's so cool about Gary and the people at the church. And the one thing I got out of yesterday's sermon, and I mean, I heard the words and I heard the music, but the one thing that really caught me was them saying, when you have faith, you're able to walk in joy despite the circumstances. And I could feel that with Gary. Because I'm sure Gary has issues. I'm sure Gary has bills. I'm sure Gary has health troubles, relationship troubles, questions in his head, fears or worries as well. But he walks in joy every Sunday. Or I only see him on Sundays, but every time I see him, he's got a smile and he's got a joy and a glow about him. And I've talked about him so much on this show because he inspires me. And I only talk to him for about 30 seconds a week, as he shares his joy with the community that is the church that I go to. And he's a good man. And I'm sure he's not a perfect man, because none of us are. But he shares his joy, and he's able to walk in joy despite his circumstances. And yeah. So I'm going to have a little more coffee. Oh. But it's Monday morning. Woke up a few times during the night, but I'll tell you what, I had some deep sleeps in between those wake-ups. And again, I just resigned to waking up a few times, having to go to the bathroom, turn over. I don't know, despite my stretching and my working out, my shoulders still fall asleep, and I still have to go to the bathroom a couple times during the night. I don't know where all that pee comes from, but it comes from somewhere. And I realized, I think this morning, and I've been talking about my dreams a little bit lately, and it's because I think they've been so big and crisp and scary and clear and whatever dreams can be. And it kind of reminded me, I stopped drinking alcohol just over 2.5 years ago, and I stopped smoking pot on the same day. And it kind of reminded me the first couple months after I stopped drinking and smoking, experiencing dreams in a way I hadn't, and feeling them. And I mean the dreams we have when we sleep, not the dreams of aspirations for greater things, the dreams we have while we're sleeping. And it was almost scary, because I think when you drink alcohol, your body doesn't go into the deep sleep that at least mine didn't, that allowed my mind to dream and to have those dreams. And I'll tell you what, I was drinking every day for most of my life. And when I stopped 2.5 years ago, I'd wake up and I'd go, holy crap, I was just dreaming. Felt really weird. And again, this morning I woke up and I've been having really clear, very vivid dreams as well. And it's good to have dreams. You know, sometimes they can be scary. And sometimes life can be scary. And my journey I'm going on Saturday is going to be scary as heck. Yeah. But moving forward in the face of fear is the definition of courage. And I'm going to do my best to be courageous. And I think I do a pretty good job of being courageous, because you measure my fear on a daily basis against the average man's fear. I think I've got 2 or 3 times the average man's fear. I think I wake up in terror, but I somehow creep out of my covers and go forward with a smile. Watching from Italy. Appreciate. Hey, well, thank you for hopping on from Italy, Matteo. I appreciate that. Good morning, Chip. Got a little bit of an international audience. If you're watching from Italy and somebody else was watching from the United Kingdom, I have been staying at my buddy's. It'll be, I think, a total of 3 weeks on Saturday when I'm leaving. Before I head off on my journey, and was thankful for my buddy to put me up and share his home and share a little bit of his life and share his beautiful yard and backdrop. And he's been working on the swimming pool back there for the last couple weeks. I'm not going swimming. Hello from Toronto, Canada. I haven't been swimming. It's been way too cold. I mean, it's not Memorial Day. Memorial Day. Memorial Day's the traditional time for the pools to open. At least here in Chicago, where I live, I'm sure if you live in Florida, you must keep the pools open year-round. I think I know you do, because I've been to Florida in the winter, and they had some pools open. No. Cold plunge, I'm not into that. I've got RJ here suggesting I finish off my workout with a really freezing shower. That's crazy talk. I don't need to do crazy things. I just need to be me. How many miles per tank does my scooter get? I believe it gets about 125 miles to the tank. It holds like 2.5 gallons. I believe it gets about 50 miles to the gallon. And most of my riding is done in the city. Not in the city, I mean where I live, but with stops and starts and turns and all this. So I imagine it might get a little more on the highway. But either way, I'm planning for about 100 miles a tank. And that's part of my fear, because I'm going on a more than 1,000-mile journey. And I'm going to be taking small roads with towns dispersed periodically at best. Towns of various sizes. Towns that when I get out west might be, 50 miles apart. Towns that might only have one gas station in them. Towns where the proprietor for that gas station may be on vacation and maybe shut his gas station for the day or the week or the month or the season. Or the town might be all boarded up. And I'll go, wait a minute. This town wasn't boarded up on the map. What am I going to do? So these are the worries I have. These are some of the worries I have. But just a few of them. And I thought about taking an extra can of gas along with me for emergencies. But gas is a smelly liquid. Putting it in my storage stuff doesn't seem to make a ton of sense. I don't want my clothes all smelling like gas. Can I use GPS on my phone while scooting? I'm not sure what you mean by that exactly. But if you're saying, can I have like the maps on my phone, the map app, the Google Maps or what have you? If I certainly can have my, the Maps app telling me, take a left in 3 miles. So yeah, I can be connected. But again, I'm worried about the phone charge. And I need to own or to buy a portable charger, maybe even a solar charger, or maybe a charger with a hand crank in case it's not sunny, and find a way to fix it to my storage compartment so my phone can stay charged. Because the last thing I want to do is get run over by a truck. But the second to last thing, and there's varying that. We'll put all of that in one category. Mateo, I saw your question, but ask it again in a minute. I'll put all the running over the truck, in the worst thing that can happen. But some other bad things that could happen are bike breaking down or running out of gas somewhere a long way from civilization. And let's just say running out of gas, because we can fix that with more gas. But I'm not totally sure what I do. And therefore, I'd like to have a spare tank of gas on my trip. But again, it's such a smelly, noxious gas. I almost wanted to call it a liquid, but I guess by name, it is a gas, although it's liquid. I guess at room temperature, it's in the liquid form. That's how it works, but I'm not that smart. But anyway, I'm planning to stop as often as I can, and I'm not going to, I don't plan to drive by many gas stations. I don't know if I want to stop at every gas station. If I'm only 10 miles along the trip, do I want to stop? Maybe, maybe not. Sure will make my trip a lot longer. But as RJ was saying, be the tortoise, not the hare. And get there in one piece and get there with safety. And maybe take my time as much as I can. Mateo asked something, and I'm going to paraphrase. Can I give one piece of advice for a younger person getting going in life? No, no, I can't. There's too many lessons to learn, and you wouldn't listen to them anyway. I don't know, be yourself. Chase your dreams. You're okay. Wake in the morning and make your bed. Find some things to be grateful for. Be optimistic. Look people in the eyes. Smile. It's okay to be emotional. Love with all your heart. Be passionate. Appreciate the little things, the birds chirping, the green grass, the French vanilla coffee. Yeah. There's so many things. I think gratitude's done a huge, thinking about things I'm grateful for has gotten me through a lot of sticky moments and painful moments. Praying, whether you believe or not, I don't almost think matters. Hey, sure, if you believe, that's probably more powerful, but I don't think you can fake belief or force belief. So even if you don't believe, I'd say pray and say, hey, God, I'm struggling with this. Can you help me? Or thank you, God, for the coffee and the warm bed, but I am struggling with this, and I just wanted to share that with you. Or things like that. I posted a video yesterday where I had a woman named Wanda share some of her troubles with me, and I told her I'd say a quick prayer, and I did, and she commented on a different video and said, hey, I could use another prayer. And I thought I'd make a video out of that, and I did, and I said, I think the real power of prayer and the real value in prayer is feeling your connection, feeling you're not alone, and feeling that you have a connection to a higher power. So if I pray for Wanda, let's say, maybe Wanda will get some warm fuzzies from that, and maybe God will listen to me and answer my prayers. I guess you believe what you want to believe as far as that. But what I know is I'm going to feel not alone, and I'm going to feel like I have a connection with a higher power. And I think that's where a big chunk of the power of prayer lies, having that connection and realizing you're not alone. And if I'm doing it for Wanda, Wanda's not getting that. So I told Wanda to say a prayer and to have that connection and feel like she's not alone. Because I'm sure anybody that's, when people are struggling, they usually feel like they're alone and don't know what to do or don't know who to talk to. And I would suggest, whether you believe in or not, keep the lines of communication with God open. Even tell him you don't believe him. He's got a sense of humor. God, I'm not a believer, but what the heck, let's try it. And then say a little prayer. And I'll bet you start feeling a little better. I'll bet you do. And you might laugh. And God might be up there laughing as well. And, God's laughing and you're laughing. Thank you for being on, Wanda. And everyone's smiling. The world's a better place. So let's have a little more coffee. Oh. But it's Monday morning. Again, I feel kind of in limbo because I have not leaving till Saturday. I got some stuff to do between now and Saturday. I want to love on my babies as much as I can because leaving them is going to be the hardest part about this trip. And I'm not going to see them for a little while. And they're young and they're beautiful and they're the half of the loves of my life. And it's going to be hard for me, but I think it's going to be good for me and eventually good for them, and allow me to provide for them in a way they need provided for and be healthy in a way I need to be healthy so I can continue to be dad. And, they're little ones. I was thinking about writing them a postcard every week. They can't read. They don't even understand words that much. So if their mama reads them the postcard, I don't know. I don't think they'll get the concept, but maybe their mama will save them the postcards. And when they're older, they'll read them. I'm going to get teary-eyed. But I got some things I got to take care of. I got some things I got to order. I got some time to pass. But again, yesterday, I realized I think I'd had too much time and I've been waiting for too long. And although there's still things to do, and I tend to work a little better under that time crunch, and I'm not maybe liable to go run out and buy a knee brace for my knee or pick up that prescription I need to take on the trip when I know I have a week still before I go or 5 days before I go. So I just keep moving forward. I keep making my videos. I keep going live from Illinois every morning. I keep doing my stretching. I keep saying thanks. I keep doing my best and trying to appreciate the little things and not rush time because we only have so much. And again, tomorrow's never promised, and my journey's not promised, and who knows what's going to happen today as I'm going about my day. But what we do know is where we are right now, and where we are right now is sitting outside on a beautiful morning on Monday in May, and the birds are chirping, and the grass is green, and the sun is trickling through the leaves, and my coffee, although not as hot as I'd like it, there's still coffee in here. And there's more inside that I'm excited to make. So I'm ready for my day. And I hope you're ready for your day. And I hope you had a great, great weekend. And I hope you had a great, great night's sleep. And you're appreciating the little things and living in the moment. I say these things, and I don't always appreciate the little things, and I'm not always living in the moment. I'm saying them to you, but I'm also saying them to me to remind myself. And I'm doing these videos for me because I edit all these lives into shorts and clips and reels, and I go, hey, that guy knows what he's talking about. And I go, wait, that's me. I don't know what I'm talking about. But I look back on them, and they give me strength in about 2 weeks. And hope they give you a little bit of strength today. And be strong today. And be kind to yourself today. And go forward with a smile. Thank you, Wanda. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. And I hope you're I hope you're fake it. Even if you got to fake it, give me a smile, Wanda. This is Ken with a fake smile. Hey, that's pretty good. But anyway, I think even if you fake a smile, or you can't fake a prayer, but again, even if you're not a believer, I think it's still important to do. And I think it would help people that aren't believers, and they'd laugh and they'd feel silly. And maybe laughter is God's gift to them. And that silliness they feel, probably gets your endorphins going and makes you feel a little bit... yeah. So anyway, thank you so much for joining. I appreciate you. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day. I hope you're feeling good. I hope you're loving yourself. I hope you're forgiving yourself. And as always, hope to talk to you soon. Bye-bye.